Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report, because without you guys, well, this just does not work. I'm mystified a little bit at the moment with the Cowboys. You know, we knew that last week that basically Jerry Jones was giving coaches the opportunity to move on or retire as opposed to firing them. You know, it looks a lot better when you say I left a position than when I was canned. So, you know, we knew about the special teams coach who was hired by John Gruden. We knew about, you know, some of the other guys that have retired. But they hadn't really fired anybody until now. Offensive line coach, which kind of surprises me, has been fired. Frank Pollard. The offensive line, for the most part, you can't argue with over the last few years, has been the strength of this team. Now, of course, there was setback this year, but I'm not sure that that was necessarily the line coach. I think it was more of a lack of talent. We ended up losing two starters last year. Doug Free, who was truly in the tail end of his career and was beginning to break down and not really block as well as you would like. And we had lost Ron Leary. Ron Leary was a lot better guard than he was given credit for, and he was sorely missed on the offensive line. We never really seemed to get, you know, that same consistency. First we had Chaz Green there for a bit, and we know how that was when he went out to tackle. And then we had Jonathan Cooper, who stabilized it quite a bit as the season progressed. But the offensive line clearly was the things that was lacking. You know, we went from the best offensive line in football to the team that was giving up the fourth most pressure this past year. So the Cowboys have fired Frank Pollard. Now, in other news, this is probably to me the biggest move that the Cowboys made and had to make, and that is now it is official that Will McClay is staying in Dallas. And I got to tell you guys, if we lost that guy, oh God, cancel Christmas, man. It would just be all over it, because he has been the talent evaluator, and we need him definitely with these 10 picks that we have coming up in this draft. We got some great frontline talent, but we have got to fill in the next level of guys. So when we, and I keep talking about this over and over again, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record, but we can't go from having a top 5 player starting to a bottom 5 replacing them when these guys get hurt. And it's something you have to plan for. You have to deal with the fact that you will lose players. It's a war of attrition. So Will McClay is back. Frank Pollard is fired. He doesn't have to go home, but he's got to get the hell up out of the building. And we're still wondering, what is the deal with Kellen Moore? Are we going to be looking at them actually going out and getting somebody with more experience? And for the person who said that I'm just flip-flopping, I'm not flip-flopping as far as Jason Garrett goes. I have never been a fan of Jason Garrett's, to be honest with you. But unfortunately, he's not going anywhere. So the only thing we can do is hope that he gets it, put our support behind him, pray to the universe that he gets it, send him Coaching for Dummies books, and hope that he can get the right people underneath of him to be successful. And when I said that, you know, when you look at some of the good coaches in football, like the Gary Kubiaks, guys that have won Super Bowls and things, they weren't necessarily Joe Montanas as quarterbacks. And I said that maybe Kellen Moore can become a good NFL coach. But I'm not ready to go ahead and say, okay, Kellen Moore, you're the quarterback coach. Here's our franchise quarterback. Do something with him. I think you need some experience. And the only way you get that experience is you start coaching. So that's the latest updates that I have for you guys. And I will let you know if I hear anything more. Wow, Frank Pollard out in Dallas.